Hi, Jesse. Do you have a few minutes for your mom? Guess what happened? I'm so upset. Upset? What's wrong, Mom? Has something happened? Wait. Don't tell me this is about Brianna again. Well, it is. How did you know? I haven't even said anything. It's not a hard guess. You've been complaining about her so much lately, especially the past few months. It's the only thing you talk about. Don't be so sarcastic, young lady. I've had other things to talk about besides her. Not that I can recall, so what is it this time? It happened last night at the dinner table. You know I hate pumpkins, right? I think it tastes horrible, so I really don't like them. I have told her about it ever since she married Carl. There is no way she didn't know about it. But guess what she served us for dinner last night? Seriously, Mom? You are going to complain to me about her serving you pumpkin? She gave me pumpkin soup. Of all things, pumpkin soup. I was mortified. You would be mad if I served you something you didn't like, wouldn't you? And it tasted horrible. She's a terrible cook. Of course I would not be mad. I would never be so ungrateful. I might politely turn it down, explaining why I prefer not to have it, at most. Generally, I would shut the hell up and just eat it anyway. She could have just forgotten that you didn't like it. I don't think Brianna is the type of person who would do that on purpose. Give her a break, Mom. At least she puts the effort in cooking for her family. You shouldn't be so hard on her. I've been wanting to tell you this, but you are being mean. Mean? You think I have been mean to her? I don't think you understand, Jesse. She married my son. My eldest baby who will take on the family name. She needs to be disciplined so that she will not disgrace her husband's name. So, of course, I will be hard on her. Jesus, Mother, we don't live in the Middle Ages, and we are an average-class family. Why are you acting like a royal? We don't have any kind of family heritage or a legacy to hand down anyway. Not that it should impact the way you treat your daughter-in-law. You should really update your ideologies. Of course we have a heritage. The house and the property will be passed down to him. It has been handed down for generations. Yeah, but the property still belongs to Grandma, who is very much alive at the moment. When she passes, the estate will be in his and he will live here. Okay, sure. But it's just a relatively large house. We don't own a castle or anything. I don't think she needs to be disciplined to live in a house. You should appreciate all the things she does for you, despite you being so picky about everything. You know, I would never want to live with my in-laws, but she never made a fuss about living with you. I think Brianna is an excellent daughter-in-law. You should be thankful for her. Jesse, you don't get it. You just don't see how hard it is to live with her. I don't want to say this, but she is really clumsy. And she talks back like a teenager. Her attitude towards me is so horrible. She has zero respect for me. I have a hard time believing that. I see her often enough, but I have never felt that she had an attitude. She is always very polite and respectful. See, that's what I mean. She has tricked you into believing she is nice. She loves it when people see her as the sweet, polite girl. But she is just pretending. When she is home, she is very different. Nothing like the Brianna you know. That doesn't even make sense. Why would she act polite to her sister-in-law but not to her mother-in-law? It won't do her any good. I could maybe understand if it was the other way around. How would I know? The bottom line is, she is not who you think she is. She's a very rude and unappreciative person. I don't know, Mom. She always remembers my birthday and sends me gifts. She does the same when I can't make it back for Thanksgiving or Christmas or any kind of occasion. I am always grateful that she remembers me. I'm saying she is just acting like a good girl around you. She's so clumsy and always breaking things in the house. But she doesn't even apologize for it. She doesn't even care if she ruins something that is precious to someone else. You see, she is quite rude. Even that sweet Carl is having a hard time with her. That doesn't sound like the Brianna I know. But I am not around enough to know. I guess you would know better since you live under the same roof. Maybe I am missing something. But hey, I am sure she is a great mother to Emma. Why? What makes you think she is a good mom? I saw them together having fun. I must have seen them last month while I was visiting you. They were enjoying the small beach by the lake. The lake? You mean the one that's a couple of minutes away from here? Yeah, that one. I used to swim there as a child too, remember? I didn't see Carl with them, but the two of them were having fun and swimming in the water. Oh, well, was there anything odd about it? I mean, I hope she wasn't going to do anything silly in the water. Like what? She was just playing with Emma, as far as I could see. Am I supposed to think they are weird for taking a swim? Brianna is weird. She does a bunch of weird things all the time, so I thought I'd ask. There was nothing weird about them. But now that you mention it, I guess I didn't expect her to be so wild. What do you mean? What was she doing? She was dunking herself in the water many times, like she was dunking her entire body all the way to her head. It seemed a bit wild now that I think about it. She always struck me as the quiet, gentle kind, so I didn't think I'd see her so active in the water, even with her daughter. I see. Well, like I said, she is weird like that. So I am not surprised. It was a surprise for me, but in a good way. I mean, she was all in, you know? Emma seemed like she was having fun. So I bet she is a great mom to her daughter. How easy it must be for you to just say that. I still have a hard time seeing her that way. You don't understand what it's like for me, living with her. I am always so stressed because of her. I think it's impacting my health. I would be lucky if I survive another year. Don't be surprised if you ever get a call from the doctor. Come on, it can't be that bad. Anyway, I am sorry to hear that you are stressed. But, Mom, maybe cut her some slack. She also must be extremely stressed raising a child while living with her husband's family. So try to be nice. For me. Please. If you need, you can complain to me anytime. But you should try to build a good relationship with her. I have been trying ever since she joined this family. But yeah, sure, whatever. We will see how things go. Hi, Brianna. Can I ask you a quick question? I think I saw you at the lake today. Were you taking a swim by yourself? Hi, Jessie. Yes, I was at the lake by myself today. I didn't know you were in the area. Oh, okay, so it was you. I thought so, but you weren't with your daughter, so I thought it must have been someone else. Were you watching me? I was just passing by in my car, but I noticed you because I was going slow on that passage. So, yes, I guess I watched you a bit. Sorry, didn't mean to be a peeping Tom. That's all right, although I do feel a bit embarrassed. You shouldn't be. You seem like you're enjoying the swim. But hey, I never imagined you have a wild side to you. Were you exercising or something? It looked like you were dunking yourself in the water. I've seen you do the same with your daughter before. What were you doing? Oh, Well, I was just washing my hair. Uh-huh. You were washing your hair at the lake. Yes. My daughter went out with your mother and brother today, so I figured I'd use this chance to finally wash my hair. I feel nice and clean now. I don't get to use too much shampoo at the lake, but it's not so bad once you get used to it. Better than not washing your hair at all. Hold on. You are joking with me, right? Do you always go to the lake to wash your hair? Yes, I do. Does my mother and brother know about this? I mean, if you prefer it, I can't stop you. But why don't you just use the shower in the house? Yes, your mother and brother knows about it. They are the ones who told me I can't use the shower at the house. That's why I've been going to the lake. I beg your pardon. They told you that you can't shower at home? Why on earth would they say something like that to you? Yes, they did. I think it started like 2 months ago. They banned me from using the shower because I wasn't doing any of the chores right, or at least not their way. I'm sure normally people would just go to the gym or something, but I'm not allowed to carry my own money, so I can't afford a membership. So they told me to wash myself in the lake. Wait, sorry, I'm totally confused from the shock. My family is making you wash yourself in the lake because you are not doing chores their way. So you mean they are bullying you, right? I guess that sounds about right. Is it just my mom? Does Carl not say anything to defend you? Your mom, mostly. She doesn't bully me too much around my daughter, thankfully. But the rest of the time, it goes on non-stop and Carl just watches. Brianna, why are you so cool about it? You're not talking about what used to happen in the past. It's happening now, right? Why do you sound like you are okay about it? I'm not, but what's the point of me fighting? I have been a full-time housemaker since I got married to Carl, so I don't have any financial independence. My parents are both passed away, so I can't ask them for help. So for me to stay with my daughter, I have no choice but to tolerate them. You should have come to me. How could you let yourself be their slave? You don't enjoy being bullied, do you? Of course not, but I have to prioritize my daughter. You see, Jessie, I come from a poor family. I want to make sure my daughter doesn't have to go through what I did. And if that means I need to sacrifice my dignity, then I am okay. Like I said, I have no way to support her on my own. She is much better off in the current environment. But I can't just leave her here. It would kill me if I ever get separated from Emma. So I have to suck it up and appreciate that she will at least have a chance, and that I can stay with her. No way! Brianna, that is not right. It can't be helped, and I can't blame anyone. No one forced me into this marriage. I chose to marry Carl myself, and I am choosing to put myself in this situation for my daughter, rather than running away. Listen to me. This can't be happening to you. None of this should be accepted in any family. I will help you get out of this hell. Just leave it to me. You don't have to tolerate them bullying you anymore. Oh, wow, Jessie, thank you. But what can you do? I don't see how I can get away from your mother or brother without sacrificing my daughter's future. And that is the last thing I want. Besides, you have your own family to take care of. You shouldn't waste any time for me. It's not a waste of time. I will not let this slide. You are suffering because my mother and brother are morons. If I don't do anything after knowing what they've been doing to you, I would be just as bad as them. And most importantly, I care for you. I will spend as much time as I need to help you. But, Jessie, I couldn't possibly ask you to. I would feel horrible if your relationship with them is ruined. I already feel horrible that my family has mistreated you. You have nothing to worry about. I will make sure the two of them pay for what they have done. But I will need a bit of time, so please hang tight just a bit longer. You and your daughter are going to be so much happier once you get out of that house. Oh my God, Jessie, I don't know what to say. I had lost all hope a while ago. I can't thank you enough. I will do as you say and act normal for the time being then. Hey, Mom. Guess what? I think you were right after all. What? What was I right about? About Brianna. You've told me many times about how you think she is weird. I think I see it now. She is kind of weird, isn't she? Oh, Jessie, you finally understand. See, I told you so. She is so weird. What did she do to make you understand, though? I'm sorry I never believed you. Okay, so what I saw was pretty funny. Remember I told you I saw her and her daughter swimming at the lake near our house? Yes, the one near our house where you used to swim as a little girl, right? What about it? Well, yesterday I saw her there again after I stopped by your place. But this time she was by herself, and she was doing that weird move I told you about. She was dunking herself in the water like a child. And it wasn't just once or twice. She kept doing it over and over again. It looked like she was pretending to be a mermaid or something, splashing her hair in and out of the water. A grown adult by herself at the lake, making funny moves. It was hilarious. Oh, wow. Well, that is very weird of her indeed. Did you ask her about it? About what? The dunk? You know, like the reason why she was at the lake by herself? Are you going to clarify why she was dunking herself? Of course not, Mom. What am I going to ask? Are you doing some kind of ritual in the water? I bet she would be so embarrassed. I could never ask. I wouldn't be able to keep a straight face. So, you really haven't asked. If you spoke to her, you should tell me now. You shouldn't lie to me. What the hell, Mom? Why would I lie to you about something like this? Do you want me to ask her? Or is there something you want to tell me? No, nothing. I was just wondering if you spoke to her about it, that's all. Oh, but darling, I am so glad you finally see it. Brianna is crazy. Yes, Mom. I don't know why I didn't believe you before, but I do now. A decent person would not do anything like that. I was so embarrassed that my sister-in-law would do such a thing. I couldn't agree more. She is such an embarrassment to all of us. She does crazy things like that all the time. It's unbelievable. I totally see it now. To be honest, I didn't think she was crazy before, so I wasn't really listening to the episodes you've shared before. But now that I do, I want to know more about the crazy things she has done. I know you have so many stories about her, right? Stories about her? Well, yes, I guess I do. But her stories are boring, don't you think? Are you sure you want to waste your precious time on her? There really isn't anything entertaining about that woman. I feel like I've been fooled by her all along. I never saw the true side of her until now. But now I understand that the woman is crazy. So I thought maybe listening to your episodes again would help me prepare on how to communicate with her going forward. As a precaution, you know? Yes, I see. Perhaps you should be aware of what she has done in the past. Well then, we should sit down and talk about everything. It should help you learn what to do when you come across her craziness. Yes, let's do that. Poor Mom, you must be so stressed around her. You can tell me everything. I bet you are going to feel so much better after our talk. And it is going to be super helpful for me too, because I'll know what to expect the next time I see her. The truth is, Jesse, I have a lot more episodes than I have told you. I never told you everything because you seem to be fond of her. And I didn't want to interfere between you and her, so I kept some of it to myself. But now that you are aware of her craziness, I can tell you everything. This is going to take a while, though. Can you make time sometime this weekend? We are going to need a couple of bottles for this. Of course I can make time. Why don't I come by your place tomorrow? I will bring lots of bottles so that you can give me every piece. Jesse, are you there? Do you have any idea where Brianna is? Has she come by your place? What's going on? Is everything all right? That bitch disappeared from the house with her daughter. She didn't tell us anything about leaving. She hasn't even finished her work today. The kitchen is a mess and she hasn't even touched the laundry. I am so mad at that woman. She won't get away with this. Gee, too bad, Mom. Too bad doesn't cut it. You know how crazy she is. We have to find her. She might do something crazy again and get in trouble with the police. If that ever happens, it would be such a dishonor to our family. Well, if you are worried about her getting in trouble with the police, you don't have to. Because she is here with me. What? She is? Yep, with her daughter, of course. Oh, my goodness. I am so glad they are with you. What is she doing there? She better not be bothering you. She's not. I can't believe she left unannounced. How disrespectful of her. She is going to need a serious punishment so she doesn't do it again. She does? Yes, of course she does. She needs to be disciplined. What should the punishment be? It has to be something she won't forget. She will learn that such disrespect will not be tolerated in my house. How do you think I should punish her? I wonder what would be effective. Think about something harsh, or else she would forget because she is dumb like that. No, I can't think of any. Or shall I say, I won't think of any, because she is not the one who is going to get punished. It's you. We've prepared really well for our counterattack. I can't wait to see you get what you deserve. What are you talking about, Jesse? Why on earth would I get punished? And what do you mean, prepared? I am not following you. We've been preparing with Brianna's lawyer to sue you and Carl. You should be receiving a petition against you in no time. I actually owe you thanks for the other day. The task to collect evidence was so easy because you couldn't keep your mouth shut. You basically confessed all of your sins. Everything was recorded. All of it. Jesse, hold on a second. You are confusing me. Evidence? Recordings? What are you talking about? Mom, have you forgotten? You told me everything about Brianna the other day. Remember? All the episodes you've had with her and how you punished her. I told you because you wanted to hear it. Wait a minute. Did you trick me, Jesse? Did you make me talk on purpose? Absolutely. Why else would I ever want to listen to your sick stories? Why would you trick me, Jesse? Your own mother? Brianna told me that she's been bathing in the lake for the past couple of months. Jesus, I still need a minute to let those words sink in. Anyway, I promised her that I would help her get away from you and Carl. So yes, Mom, FYI, I did ask her why she was in the lake. I was acting like I never asked her to get you to talk. I'm still not following. Jesse, what are you trying to do? You said Brianna was weird too. You agreed with me. I'm saying it was all an act, dummy. I was simply playing along. I pretended to agree with you so that you would tell me everything you have done to her. I can't believe you actually believed my horrible acting. I have never thought that Brianna is weird. In fact, she is a polite, smart woman who is so dedicated to her daughter. You want to talk about who is weird? Well, Mom, that would be you, who makes their daughter-in-law bathe in the lake. Where the hell did you even get that stupid idea? What the hell, Jessie? How dare you mock your mother like that? You've got some nerve to disrespect me. You should support what I'm trying to do, which is to discipline her. Instead, you're going to go against me. So what are you going to do then, huh? Befriend that useless bitch for what? Are you going to become an enemy to your own mother and brother? We are your family. And I have never been so ashamed to call you people my family. I am still in disbelief that my mother and brother would mistreat someone as nice as Brianna. What you have been doing to her is cruel and abusive. You must have no brain if you can't imagine her despair of having to live with monsters like you two. To be clear, I am damn serious about getting her out. I am on her side, and if that means I have to fight you and Carl, so be it. Fight me and Carl? What is that supposed to mean? What are you going to do? First of all, Brianna is divorcing Carl, of course, and she will be suing both of you on several accounts. You should start looking for a lawyer if you don't have one already. That's an advice for you, as a final courtesy. Jessie, you're being too emotional about all this. She can't sue us. What's a recording of me telling this story going to do? You think that's all we have on you? Think again. My recording might be a one-way conversation, but Brianna has more recordings to support it. She has audio of you and Carl actually saying horrible things to her. She also has multiple screenshots of when you have sent her disgusting messages. Brianna was recording our conversations? When? Where? That bitch! Oh, now you are worried, aren't you? You must have a couple of scenes in your mind that you know could get you in serious trouble. Well, you should be worried indeed, Mom. We have pretty good ones to support our case. Do you understand the position you are in now? We have tons of evidence and material, whereas you have none. You and Carl have already lost. Don't get too excited just yet, young lady. I don't think you and Brianna understand the position you are in. How so? Let's say you sue us and win. Brianna will get some money from us, but it will be a one-off payment that won't support her for much longer. She won't have a house to live in. And with a child, how the hell is she going to survive without Carl? I can easily imagine her begging Carl to take her back. She can't do anything without him. So, you see, nothing good is going to come out of a divorce or a lawsuit. Stop trying to look smart, both of you. Oh, but we are much smarter than you, because everything is already arranged for them, such as the house you are living in now. You are going to have to start packing because Brianna and her daughter are going to live there without you or Carl. Very funny, Jessie. I think you have lost your mind. This is my house. There is no way I will allow her to take over my property. Incorrect. That is not your property. It belongs to Grandma. She is the sole owner of that house and entire property. And if she wants to kick you out, she can very much do so. And let me tell you, Grandma knows the whole story, and she is furious. She has agreed to rent the house to Brianna for practically free. She said that this is the least she can do to make up for how Brianna has been treated. No, that can't be true. What have you done, Jessie? This is going to be their home? I am getting kicked out? Yep, Grandma and I are also going to help them get by until Brianna finds a job. And when she does, I will look after her daughter whenever they need. So, now that you know the plan, please begin to pack your belongings because you two are nothing but a nuisance to everyone else. Jessie, darling, you are my daughter. I have been through unimaginable pain to bring you into this world. Perhaps so. Surely you won't betray your beloved mother. If she is in need of help, you should most definitely help her, as a good child, right? So please, help me. Hell no, you and Carl have gone too far, but you are not even sorry about it, are you? I have never been so embarrassed and so ashamed that my own family would bully someone. I disown you and Carl. I don't want to have anything to do with you anymore, so I will not help you, no matter what. You and Carl are going to have to help yourselves. Come on, don't be a stranger. If what you are saying is true, I'm going to get kicked out of this house. You are actually okay with that? How are we going to survive without a roof? Would you let your own mother become homeless? Oh, Mom, you'll be fine. Just go find a tent or something. And Brianna told me that there are quite a lot of fish these days, so you won't have any trouble finding food. You should be glad it's not wintertime yet. Fish? What fish? What are you talking about? It's not a good time to be joking around. I'm not joking, Mom. You told Brianna to go wash herself in the lake. You suggested it because you thought that wasn't such a bad idea, right? So why don't you try the lake too? Go see if you can live by the water. Have fun out there with Carl, Mom. I'm sure surviving won't be so difficult since the two of you have each other. I can't wait to see you in court. I hope the punishment will be something harsh. Or else you'll forget because you are dumb like that. Brianna filed for divorce immediately after. She used every piece of evidence we collected together and sued Carl and my mother on multiple accounts, including abusive behavior. The court saw the toxic environment Brianna and her daughter had been in and ruled in their favor fairly quickly. Brianna won a satisfying amount of money from them, as well as child support that helped them get by for a while. As previously warned, my furious grandmother kicked the two nutheads out of the house so that Brianna and her daughter could live there under a minimum fee. I have no idea where the two of them are now, but I am fine keeping that a mystery for the rest of my life. Brianna, being the smart woman that she has always been, quickly found a job and now works full-time. As a single mother, she sometimes has difficulty balancing between work and her time with Emma, but she works very hard to support her daughter. Since the incident, Brianna and I have established a very tight bond, and now look after each other's children whenever necessary. Now that Brianna and Carl are divorced, we may not be family on legal terms anymore, but I will always think of her as my sister, and will continue to do anything possible for them to stay happy.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Sup, Demi? I was supposed to be going over to my parents' place next week, but would you mind watching the house instead?
If that's what you want, honey. I feel like I owe you an apology, though.
Why are you apologizing? I'm the one asking you. It's fine, really. It can't be helped.
But I've barely been to your parents' house at all ever since we got married. I can't help but feel I should have made more of an effort. I'm sorry, honey.
It's cool, they really don't mind. They understand the situation, babe. They don't hold it against you. It's my big sister who's the problem. You don't have anything to apologize for.
Okay, thank you.
But damn, she really is a pain in my backside. I feel like she's had it in you since the day you met. Do you have any idea what her problem is? Has she ever said anything to you about why she gives you such a hard time?
Nope. I could count the number of times I've met her on one hand. I can't think of any reason why she'd be so hostile towards me. I've always tried to be polite and friendly with her. I guess she just doesn't like me. Like you said, she's been cool towards me ever since day one.
I'm so sorry for all the crap she gives you, Demi. You don't deserve it. I'm gonna try speaking to her.
It's fine. You really don't have to do that. I appreciate the thought, but we virtually never see each other, so even if she does hate me, it's like, meh, whatever.
But still, it's not fair that you have to stay home every time I visit my parents' place just because of my sister and her mystery grudge against you. My parents would love to see you more. To tell you the truth, I'm sick and tired of her.
This got me thinking. What was she like with your ex-wife? Was she like this with her too?
My ex-wife? Nope. She was nothing like this. I never noticed any signs of trouble at all. I don't know what's gotten into her. She accepted my ex-wife. She behaved like you'd expect any normal human being to behave back then.
You said the reason you two divorced was because your personalities didn't match, right? Did your sister have anything to do with it?
Nope, nothing at all. I hate to tell you this, Demi, but they got on like a house on fire. They were virtually inseparable. Our divorce was entirely down to us not being a good match. There was no third-party involvement.
I knew it. I must have done something to upset her. That must be why she hates me.
No, sorry. Maybe I made it sound like that just now. But you didn't, I'm sure of it. You've done nothing wrong, so you better not go feeling guilty or searching for reasons why this is your fault, because it ain't. My sister's just being a dick, and that's all there is to it. Chill out and don't let her get to you, okay, babe?
I hope you're right.
You bet I'm right. This is absolutely, undoubtedly 100% not your fault. Besides, my mom and dad are always singing your praises like it's no one's business. They think you're so amazing that they never hesitate to tell me how they think you're out of my league every time I see them. They seem confused by the fact I managed to bag myself such an incredible wife. So just forget about it. You haven't done anything wrong.
Wow, they say that about me? That's sweet, but I'm really not that special.
Don't be silly. You were kind enough to marry a balding divorcee like me. You're pretty damn special in my eyes. Not only that, but your cooking's to die for.
You're not balding? Well, okay, fine. Maybe just a little. But really, it makes me so happy to hear you say that. Thanks, Dom. Okay, we're gonna have to change the subject now. I think I'm about to cry. Damn, I feel so vulnerable tonight.
You're probably just tired. I bet that's the only reason you're so bothered about my sister. Anyway, it's settled. I'll stay over at my folks' place on my own next week. You should enjoy some you time, babe. You work hard. You deserve to relax and decompress every now and then.
I might just do that.
Demi, I'm so sorry to spring this on you out of nowhere, but is there any way you can make it to my parents' house right now?
Huh? What? Like right now?
Yeah, there's something important we need to discuss with you.
Your sister's there, isn't she? I'm not sure if this is a good idea. Can't we do it over the phone?
Look, I know it's not fair of me to come at you out of the blue like this, and I understand exactly how you must feel, but my mom and dad want to speak to you in person. Apparently, it's about my sister.
What about your sister? Could it be that they want to talk about the way she treats me?
Right, that. I get the feeling that they've been looking the other way and pretending it wasn't going on this whole time. They always had a vague apprehension that there was anonymity there, but neither of them ever mentioned it to her. You know, because she's family and all. They probably didn't want to cause a row. I think my mom and dad tried to convince themselves it wasn't a big deal, that it would solve itself in time.
I guess that makes sense. It's true, no one's ever said anything to her about her inexplicably rude attitude towards me. So your parents didn't want to rock the boat, huh?
Right, but I knew it couldn't go on like this. So I told my mom everything and sat her down with my sister. Like I mentioned just now, it turns out they had a feeling there was bad blood between you. She actually seemed relieved when I told her, and she was happy to help me try and get to the bottom of it.
I see.
Let's face it, even if they did stick their heads in the sand, there's no way they could claim ignorance when I confronted them with it. My sister never even tried to hide it. Back in the early days when you used to come here, she was so rude and disrespectful, constantly making snide remarks and poking fun at you. Then when you finally stopped because it all got too much, she said if you had the nerve to show up again, she'd give you the marching orders. I told her it ends now.
You did? What did she say?
She said she wants to apologize to you.
Your sister wants to apologize to me? Are you joking?
She actually seems remorseful. This is the first time anyone's ever called her out on it, so maybe it gave her a genuine pause for thought? I don't know. But she's the one who said she wants to apologize. No one is making her. Looks like things are finally going to improve from here on out.
I see. Thanks so much, Dom. I'm so grateful to you and your parents for getting together and doing something about it.
No, if anything, I should be apologizing because it took me so long. I should have done this ages ago.
They are your family. I get that this wasn't exactly an easy conversation to have. I'm super grateful you did this for me, honey.
Does that mean you'll come?
After everything that's happened, it might not be so easy for me to believe she's being genuine. So I can come, but I can't say whether or not I'll be able to trust her. Is that alright?
Of course, it's only natural you'd feel that way. I'm her brother, and I can't even say I trust her 100% myself. It's normal that you'd have reservations after everything she's done to you. I'm not gonna condemn you for that.
But is this really a good idea? Is it really okay to accept an apology when I feel like this? If she does really mean it, I feel like it'd be kinda unfair towards her.
She's the one who's been treating you unfairly, babe. You don't have anything to feel bad about. She should know it's gonna take time for you to forgive her. Won't you at least hear out her apology and consider what she has to say? You don't have to forgive her straight away, or ever if you don't want to.
Okay. I can't promise we'll be best buds after this. But if she says she wants to apologize, I'll hear her out.
Great, I really appreciate this, Demi. Hopefully we can all start moving in a positive direction together now.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Anyway, I'm gonna start heading out to your parents' place now. It'll take me about 2 hours. Is that okay?
Sure thing. Remember to drive safe, though. You don't have to rush on our behalf.
Demi, where are you right now?
Huh? Addison, you've never messaged me before. This is a little surprising.
Forget about that. Where are you right now?
I just stopped by the convenience store near your mom and dad's house. I was just about to message John to let him know I'm close by. I'll be there in about 10 minutes.
So you really are on your way here. I'm so sorry about this, but you have to go back. Dome told me you were coming to my parents' house today. You absolutely must not come. You need to go back home, now.
Huh? But why? Is it because you still don't like me? Was all that stuff about you wanting to apologize a lie?
I see, so that's how he did it? He told you I was going to apologize, did he? What dirty, underhanded tactics! I can't believe it! Did you hear me? You're not to come here under any circumstances. Go home! If you come, they'll never let you leave.
What? What's that supposed to mean? I really thought me and you could finally mend fences and start getting along. Why are you doing this? Is the thought of meeting me that unbearable to you? Do you hate me that much?
I understand you're cautious about me. After all, why wouldn't you be? I'm the one who's been treating you awfully all this time.
It's only natural that you hate me, and I don't blame you. So you're actually aware that you've been horrible to me? In that case, why would you do this now? None of this makes any sense.
I'm doing this to protect you. I don't expect you to believe me after how cold and heartlessly I've treated you this whole time, but it's the truth. I want you to listen to what I'm about to say very carefully. You must not come to my parents' house under any circumstances.
How can you expect me to unquestionably do what you say despite Dom asking me to come? He's my husband, and you're my bully and arch nemesis, apparently. The least you could do is give me an explanation. How am I supposed to make a judgment if I don't even know the reason? I've been driving for nearly 2 hours to see you guys, and now you're suddenly telling me to go back?
I want to tell you more than anything, Demi. Really, I do, but it's complicated. Even if I did explain right now, I doubt you'd understand.
What are you saying I should do then? Blindly accept what you're saying without so much as a hint of an explanation for these crazy claims you're making? You're asking too much of me here, Addison. This is ridiculous.
I understand that, but I can't let you come here.
This is pointless. If you want to talk to me, you can talk to me when I arrive in the presence of my husband, okay?
No, not okay. Just wait. How many times do I have to tell you? You must not come to this house. I'm serious. You said you're at the convenience store near the house, right?
Right. What of it?
Okay, I'm gonna slip away while no one's looking. I'll come to the store and we can discuss this in person. But whatever you do, do not come to this house. I'm begging you. I'll tell you all about why coming here would be the biggest mistake of your life, and I'll prove it too.
Me in person? Just me and you?
I understand you're apprehensive, but it's not like I'm trying to lure you into some kind of trap. Besides, we'll be out in public, where everyone can see us. I just want you to know the truth, that's all. Once I've told you everything, you can decide what to do for yourself. I just can't let you come here without knowing everything first, okay?
Got it. But just so you know, if I'm not convinced by whatever it is you've got to say, I'll be going to your parents' place, just like Dom asked me to.
Fine, and that'll be your prerogative. All I ask is that you don't rush into it without knowing what's actually going on. Thank you, Demi. Alright, sit tight at the store. I won't be long. I'm leaving right now.
Demi, are you there? Please respond to my messages. Please will you come back, baby? Me and my parents aren't angry with you for running away. I swear we just want you back. Surely it's not fair of you to pull a vanishing act like this all of a sudden without even so much as an explanation. Did I do something wrong?
Sorry it took me a while to get back to you. I had a lot of preparations to make. You must have been really worried about me.
Is this really you, Demi?
Is it really me? It's my phone number, isn't it? What do you think I am? Some kind of imposter?
Right, of course. I'm so pleased to finally hear from you. Anyway, are you okay? Are you safe? My sister is nowhere to be seen either. Me and my parents are beside ourselves with worry.
Me and Addison are both fine. Or rather, we've been together the whole time.
You're with my sister? Are you okay?
Yup, just peachy. Forget that. I have something far more important to discuss with you. You ready for it?
Ready for what? I mean, sure. What is it? Hang on, Demi. Can't this wait a little longer? Won't you just stop by to see my parents first? They're really excited to see you. We've been so worried about you both. It wouldn't hurt to show your faces for a few minutes, right? Mom and Dad haven't been sleeping or eating properly. This whole thing is really wreaking havoc on their mental health. Seeing your faces again would put their minds at rest.
I don't think that's a good idea. Besides, why would I? Me and you were getting a divorce after all.
What the hell? What did you just say? Wait, is my phone bugging out?
I said me and you are getting a divorce, so I won't be coming to your parents' house. It should go without saying I have no intentions of meeting them.
Whoa, slow down a sec. What the hell are you talking about? Divorce? Why would we get a divorce? Why are you springing divorce on me all of a sudden? Did I do something wrong?
Not yet, but you did plan on it, didn't you?
What's that supposed to mean? I want an explanation.
Your sister Addison told me everything. She saved my life. She told me all about your ex-wife Gina, and the real reason she divorced you.
The real reason she divorced me? I told you, babe, it was because we weren't cut out to be together. It was nothing dramatic, I swear. I already explained all this, don't you remember? We divorced because our personalities weren't a good match. There was no other reason.
I wish that were true, because if it was, we could have stayed together. But that won't be happening now I know what I know. I don't want to become the next Gina.
What the hell is that supposed to mean? Are you feeling okay? Did you hit your head? I barely recognize you anymore, Demi. Me and Gina divorced for the same boring, conventional reasons most other couples do. I have no idea what she's doing these days, but other than the stress of the divorce, she seemed just fine when we went our separate ways. I'm sure she's doing great.
Sure she is, if you call having a nervous breakdown and living in a psych ward for 3 months great. She's out now, but she got institutionalized because of what you and your mom did to her. Did you know?
Whoa, what the? Wait, how do you know that?
Because your sister rushed out to meet me on the day I was supposed to be coming to your parents' house. She told me everything. She told me how you and your mom forced your ex-wife to be your live-in slave.
Huh? What the hell kind of moronic bullcrap is this? You're not seriously telling me you believe my sister, are you? I've never heard such a pile of bunk in my life. Did you forget how my sister treated you? Did you forget about how much she made you suffer? Gina's a stranger to me and my family now. How the hell would my sister know what was going on with her after all this time? Addison's just playing her twisted games like always. You shouldn't even give her the time of day. I bet she feels so pleased with herself at tricking you like this. Don't let her spoil things between us with her sick schemes.
You seem pretty desperate to convince me. Did I hit the nail on the head?
Like hell you did! No, and no, you couldn't be more wrong. All I'm doing is telling you you've been had. She cooked up some outlandish story to drive a wedge between us and you fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. Don't believe a word she says.
It wasn't just words. She showed me proof of what you guys did to Gina.
Proof? What are you talking about? How can you prove something that never happened? More lies! She probably faked a bunch of stuff to trick you, and you were actually gullible enough to fall for it.
Apparently, Gina had reached her physical and emotional limit by the time she divorced you. She was barely eating, barely sleeping. Even talking was difficult. A shadow of her former self, to quote your sister. It's true, isn't it?
What are you talking about? I don't have a freaking clue what you're trying to accuse me of here.
Don't play dumb. She was physically and emotionally broken. She got carried away in an ambulance and admitted to the hospital the day before the divorce. You probably thought you'd get away with it because she would have been too ill to collect any evidence, didn't you? And even if she did accuse you of anything, you could have just called her crazy.
Stop with this crap right now! What the hell has gotten into you all of a sudden? Are you so desperate to paint me as a villain that you'd make up vicious lies about me?
I'm not trying to paint you as anything. That's what you are. It's true, Gina was in too much of a bad shape to gather any proof on you back then. But your sister was keeping records of everything you were doing to her the whole time. Which is why there are mountains of evidence of your sick, immoral, illegal treatment of your ex-wife, and I've seen all of it.
Wait, what? My sister?
She knew that when Gina regained her strength, there was a chance she'd want to press charges against you. So she kept records of anything she thought might help her case.
Well, she didn't end up pressing charges, did she? So, if I'm such a monster, surely she would have gone to the cops. If it's like you say and there's mountains of evidence of all this stuff I supposedly did, I would have been thrown in jail way back. The fact I'm a free man means you're lying.
Gina was completely broken when you were done with her. You caused that poor woman unimaginable levels of trauma that she'll be dealing with for the rest of her life. She doesn't want to remember you or your parents again for as long as she lives, and going through a court case would mean dragging up all those painful memories. Instead of taking revenge and pressing charges, she chose to keep her distance and try to forget about you. You can hardly blame her for that.
In that case, why the hell has my sister been living at my mom and dad's house all this time? If she hated us so much that she gathered proof of all this stuff we were supposedly doing behind our backs, why didn't she just get away from us?
She was waiting for Gina to make her decision. The last thing she wanted was to open up all those old wounds by rushing her. And she thought that if she stayed at the house, she might be able to gather extra evidence, by eavesdropping on the off chance you guys ever talked about what you did.
Okay, then why did she bully you? You do remember how horrible she was to you, don't you? How the heck can you be so pally with your abuser all of a sudden? Think about it, she treated you exactly how you claim me and my folks treated Gina. Except we definitely know she bullied you, but with my ex-wife, all you have is baseless speculation.
She did what she did to protect me.
Which part of bullying counts as protecting you? Have you actually listened to what you're saying right now? It's crazy! She went out of her way to hurt you as much as possible.
The only reason she bullied me was so I would stay away from your parents' house. She wanted to stop me from meeting the same fate as Gina. You have no idea how much finding all this out has hurt me, Dom. But it would have been far worse if your twisted plan came to fruition. She knew what was in store for me, and she took action in the only way she knew how. It's over. You won't get your way now. Gina's pressing charges against you.
Whoa, wait a sec. Did you just say Gina's pressing charges?
We met up, and after a long discussion, she came to a decision. She was going to keep quiet, but after finding out you were planning on doing the exact same thing to someone else, she knew you had to be stopped. It's over, Dom.
Do not screw around, Demi. Does that stupid bitch seriously think I'll let her get away with this? Just because she was so damn lazy that we couldn't find any use for her anymore, does not mean she has the right to come after me. She will pay.
Finally, your true colors. You're despicable. The most despicable person I've ever met.
You shut your whore mouth! Do you have any idea how difficult things were for us after she got admitted to hospital? Do you have any idea how hard we had to work to find a replacement for her? And she's pressing charges against me? Do not make a fool of me!
No one needs to make a fool of you. You're obviously capable of behaving like a moron all by yourself. How many years of Gina's and Addison's lives have you and your parents wasted with your sick modern-day slavery operation? As if that wasn't enough for you, you planned on taking me captive as your next victim.
So what if we did? It was my ex-wife's own dumb fault for not figuring it out, and it would have been yours too.
You're right. It's important to figure things out, isn't it? Like figuring out that if you kidnap and hold someone captive, wasting years of their life and destroying their physical and mental health in the process, there will be consequences. You guys didn't figure that out. And now you're gonna pay the price by suffering just as much as you made her. After Gina rose to action to prevent her disturbed ex-husband and his parents from claiming another victim, she found out that it was possible to claim compensation up to 3 years after the finalization of the divorce. She took her case to civil court, where word of dastardly Dom and Crew's abhorrent misdeeds finally came to light in front of a judge, and they were finally exposed to the world. To clarify, what was important here wasn't necessarily winning the case, but to expose the three of them publicly for what they did. The case was so sensational, it made its way onto national news, after which Dom and his parents became notorious as that psycho family who kidnapped their daughter-in-law, thus turning them into despised social outcasts. Thankfully, as a result, the chances of them finding more victims is slim. While victory wasn't the main goal, it was of course desirable that they win the case. Addison's diligent evidence gathering and Gina's first-hand witness testimony proved to be an unbeatable combination, and the case was won without issue, thus cementing both the destruction of Dom and Co.'s reputation and the compensation payments. After Dom's co-workers, along with the rest of the county, saw the piece on national news, he became a pariah at work and soon felt so unwelcome he had no choice but to hand in his resignation. At the same time, the town rumor mill began operating at full capacity, and before long, the three of them became neighborhood outcasts, the butt of every joke, and the targets of every disdainful glare. They wanted to move away more than anything, out of the country if possible. But between Dom losing his job, owning thousands in monthly compensation payments, and his parents already being well past retirement age, the reality of their circumstances weighed down on them too heavily, and now they have no choice but to continue living in a neighborhood in which they were universally hated and constantly talked about behind their backs. I can't see them finding another victim anytime soon.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.